And a very good morning to you. I greet you in Jesus' precious name. It is Thursday morning, the 23rd of February, 2023. And this is your friend, Angus Buchan, with a thought for the day. We start off in the first book of the Bible, Genesis chapter 2 and verse 24. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. And then we go straight across to the book of Ephesians in the New Testament, chapter 5 and verse 25. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for her. Men need to take their role in the home very seriously. Jesus has told us very clearly that we, as the men of the home, have a very important role to play, not only in the home, but indeed in the whole world. We have a responsibility and we need to accept it and not to abdicate. Now, I looked up the Oxford Dictionary to find out the literal meaning of the word abdicate. It means to renounce the throne, or to fail to fulfill or undertake a duty. One of the main problems in the world today is that we are faced with a fatherless generation. Young men don't even know how to be fathers anymore. It makes me want to cry, really. It's because they have very few role models to follow after. You know, in 2003, when I was having a break with Jill up in the game reserve, the Lord almost spoke to me audibly, and he gave me a mandate. And he said, I want you to mentor young men. And that was the start of the Mighty Men conferences that are taking place today all over the world. It is quite simply to teach young men to love their wives, to lead them, to protect them and their families, to cherish and to take care of them. Why only the men, some women say? Why can't we come to a Mighty Men conference? Well, madam, I tell you why. Because it's actually for your sake that we have the Mighty Men conferences, because we want to teach the men how to look after you and after your children. You know, once I was on a radio show and the interviewer was having a full go at me and trying to indicate that I was a male chauvinist. So he said, do you help your wife in the house? I said, yes. He says, do you wash the dishes? I said, yes. So he was getting a bit stumped there. He says, do you vacuum the floors? I said, no. Oh, he says, so that's too small for you, is it? Why don't you vacuum the house? I said, because we don't own a vacuum cleaner. I use a broom instead. Come on, boys. Let's look after our girls just like Jesus means us to. God bless you and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.